Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gregory, and I'm going to be talking about a couple of different means in which you can read an electronic textbook. I'm going to be covering three different types of tablet devices and the VitalSource Bookshelf application. It does run a little bit differently across different devices, so I'm going to talk about three of them in turn. I'm going to be talking about Amazon's Kindle Fire HD, the 7-inch tablet. I'm going to be talking about a Galaxy Tab 4 10.1 inch and an Asus T100 Transformer book, which is a Windows tablet. VitalSource is becoming more and more prevalent as a means to deliver electronic textbooks. I have found that it does have some issues with some of the devices and is an application that's going to need continual growth if it's going to still remain relevant. The first device I want to talk about is the Amazon Kindle Fire HD 7-inch. Okay. Unfortunately, the camera that I have on my laptop um, doesn't do very well. If I turn on the display, or I would actually give you a demonstration, of the VitalSource. But as you can see, very little of it can actually come across on it. I like the Kindle Fire. It displays entire pages at a time. When you swipe your finger, it easily goes from one page to the next. If you've got a diagram, making a motion with your fingers like this will make it bigger, or making a motion like that will actually make the display smaller up until whatever its native resolution, or the way it was displayed on the actual application. The next device that I want to talk about is the Asus T100 Transformer book. Now, it looks like this when you get it. Okay, and it actually comes with a keyboard. Let me turn off the display. And it's regular Windows. The tablet detaches from the keyboard. So you have a tablet as well as a keyboard to input information. Now, this is a full Windows machine. So, meaning that if you have any software that you need to install, stuff that you've been using for a long period of time, this may end up being a good, viable option for you to use. The only thing I don't like about it with the VitalSource is that you can't easily swipe, move your finger across to go to the next page. You actually need to scroll down using the scroll bars on the side and with the stylus. And I personally found this to be somewhat disruptive in trying to read the books. The big advantage with this, obviously, is that it is a full Windows machine. You can run Windows applications on it. It's not a Microsoft Surface machine, so you can use your old software. With the Surface type tablets, you actually have to go through the Microsoft Store in order to be able to install applications. So some old software you may have been using for years may no longer be usable on the Asus T100 Transformer. The next device that I want to talk about is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 4 10.1 inch display. And personally, I have found this one to be my favorite. The images are very crisp and clean. Using VitalSource is very easy. I like it because I could just sit down in a chair anywhere and just easily read with it. And being that it does run the Android operating system, it's not going away anywhere anytime soon. Android, it's open source, has huge support and following. And then also, not to mention, you have a lot of cell phones like the Samsung Galaxy S series for the cell phone. So it actually can link up with your cell phone. With the Kindle Fire, it actually uses a variant of Android for Amazon. And with Amazon, it's very good for getting content delivered, whether you want videos, especially with Amazon Prime membership, reading books. Um, Amazon's a huge bookseller, so having a way to deliver books to the customers, is their bread and butter. Um, with the Windows machine, again, you have a much larger learning curve with using Windows 8.1 than you did with previous versions of Windows. And personally, I think that using the Galaxy Tab 4, the 10.1-inch one, is the best experience and I think the best bang for the buck. Now, the Amazon Kindle Fire runs about $140. The Galaxy Tab 4 runs about $300, and the Asus T100 Transformer book runs close to $400. So, depending on what your needs are, the tablet that you're going to choose is going to be determined by how you're actually going to use it. If you need to have something that's lightweight that you can throw into a purse or a backpack, the Kindle Fire may work just well. If you actually need to have all the functionality of a full PC, the Asus Transformer book. If you're a big fan of open source software and using Android operating system, then the Galaxy Tab 4 is your best bet. Now, I've also tried using this application on an iPhone, and the VitalSource I found it's just too small trying to read on an iPhone 4, and it's really not even worth the effort. One other issue I have found with VitalSource is trying to print pages from the textbook. Um, It'll oftentimes skip the printed material on the page, even though on every page it will print up who printed it and the textbook and the copyright information. So it appeared to me that VitalSource is maybe a little bit more concerned with maintaining their intellectual property rights than delivering a quality experience to the consumer. Now, for individuals that are looking for deploying tablets and electronic books in the classroom, I would highly suggest that you take your time to try out several different devices before actually implementing it in the classroom. There are some 7-inch tablets that you can now buy, like at Best Buy or several online sources, for under $50, but the text quality is very poor and it can cause a lot of eye strain if you try to read it for more than just a couple of minutes. So, taking the time to find a quality product for display for the textbook is going to end up reaping big dividends in the end. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.